Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Shangri-La Frontier, episode 3. I'm not sure if this episode is late or not, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it might be, but if you read the community post on my Discord, then you know that I've been quite sick for a few days now, ever since like Friday, Sunday, something thereabouts. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, so I don't know, something thereabouts. I'm still not at 100%. You might be able to hear it in my voice because my nose is still clogged, my throat is still not fully well, and I'm still having cold sweats. But I'm gonna be coming slowly back to at least those more light series where I don't need to do, psychoanalysis of 20 different characters, but rather series that are mostly just fun, that I'm gonna be able to have fun with, and I'm not gonna have to strain my head to go terribly deep into. And Shangri-La Frontier definitely seems to fit the bill. So that's what we're gonna be returning with. Right. What happened in the previous episode? In the previous episode, our main character, Rakuro, started fighting some nighttime monsters. We hear that monsters at night are harder to fight, harder to defeat, so of course his goal would be to go and fight those very monsters. It seems like it's a little bit too much for him. He bit a little bit more than he can chew because some sort of an elite monster appeared and summoned multiple copies of itself. So yeah, Rakuro is in quite a bit of a pickle right now, despite having upgraded his gear. So even upgrading his daggers, I can't quite remember if he used those daggers in that fight or did he use his old ones. I'm not sure. Having a full suit of armor, leather armor, but still, despite all of that, he is still having trouble. So I wonder if we can expect some sort of a Deus Ex Machina to arrive and help him and get him out of that situation, or is he simply going to show just how good he is and is just gonna fight his way out of this sticky situation. We also met Rei Saiga, the heavy armored knight who seems to be waiting for Rakuro and expecting him to arrive. Anything else? Well, we learned a little bit about the mechanics of the game, the poison, stuff like that, and we met the character of... was it Reiji? Yeah, I'm looking at the list of characters here, and I think it might have been Reiji who helped Rakuro, directed him. I wonder if he's going to be a recurring character. Him and his not yet girlfriend, or girlfriend to be, or whatever you want to call it. Wannabe girlfriend is... It should go the other way around. He's the wannabe boyfriend of hers. I wonder if they're gonna be a recurring character, or is that just going to be a one-off? Would be nice to see them appear every now and then, not like join Rakuro's team, but recurring here and there, meeting them at a adventurers guild and stuff like that would be nice. And that's it. That's it. Some mining was done, and some frog killing. And I think we can just start watching this episode now, right? Although, before that, what are my expectations for today's episode? I don't know. Again, the series seems fairly episodic, and there isn't any big... Oh, no! I just wanted to say there isn't any big overarching plot, but there is. There is. the world bosses, or whatever they were called, once they are being dispatched maybe semi-randomly, I don't know, on some schedule, I don't know, they're being dispatched by the game system, and apparently you need to like defeat those world bosses, and this will progress the story of Shangri-La Frontier. So we have a potential budding overarching storyline that we might follow. Yeah, I think that's it. And in today's episode, the world boss is probably gonna be defeated, and there's gonna be some changes to Shangri-La. I don't know if everybody's gonna be stuck in the virtual reality or something. Probably not. I don't think it's gonna be the case. But yeah, I expect more fights, more great animation, more great art, more great music, and perhaps some more characters to join the cast. So now, with all of that, we can start watching this episode. But to do that, you will need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. Come on. There we go. And I'm also gonna have to ask you guys for support. Support the channel monetarily on Patreon or YouTube, linked down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching Shangri-La Frontier episode 3 in 3, 2, 1, go. It's such a nice opening. Definitely opening of the season for me. Granted, I haven't seen all of the openings of this season. I haven't even seen all of the series that I set myself up to watch, like the Berserk of Gluttony, Ragna Crimson, what else is there? Undead Unluck. Maybe they have better openings, I don't know. But far as the series I'm watching go, this takes the cake. It reminds me of like early to mid 2000s rock bands. What was it? What were the bands that I was listening to at the time? Rise Against. Yeah, it kind of sounds like Rise Against a little bit. Not Rage Against the Machine, no, Rise Against. Whomst. Oh. This is the wannabe girlfriend of Rakuro. Why do you want to PK so badly? Just get her into the player arena and get her into some PvP. You think everything's a monster. Oh. Something tells me this is gonna come in useful eventually. Who needs mounts, right? Thank you, Exposition Kun. But not unique ones. Hmm. Right, Sanraku encountered the wolf one. My cat is snoring. None of them has been defeated yet. Yep. Is Sanaraku gonna be the first one, I wonder? Or is he going to experience death? That's such a cool mechanic. Add one incredibly strong enemy that just doesn't respawn. I suddenly feel like playing some MMOs again. Never played WoW. Is it a good time to start playing WoW? Music comes in. Create a weak spot and strike that weak spot. Wouldn't surprise me if each unique monster had a one very specific way of dealing with it. uh, he's such a sweaty gamer. I love it. And there goes the crit. 1 pixel less on the health bar. 2 pixels less on the health bar. Does Moonlight empower it? Wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Oh no. Is it visible only in Moonlight? But then disappears when the moon is obstructed. Yeah. Yeah, this fight really calls for more than one person. And the frog is just chilling. Can you not create a weak spot? Ice? Yeah? Of course. Ice. Okay, so ice are also hard. Well, shit. Adds or a debuff? A debuff. It cut off your legs. How does the game mechanic work with cutting off limbs? Oh, I wonder. I wonder about that. Healing potions. Yeah. Exactly, which means he's beatable. Exactly. There are no unbeatable monsters in games, in well-designed games. Such an epic moment. And we have overarching plot. First death or Rei Ex Machina? Oh, a curse. Well, shit. A death. Okay. Well, not the first death. He died to poison before, after all. Oh, so that's the curse. Okay. So no armor for you. Maybe some boots and greaves. Yeah, you are forced into the glass cannon build. Oh. Oh. So it's not just the downsides. You also get magic resistance. That's cool. I actually thought that those markings are some sort of armor, but it just takes the shape of a tattoo or whatever. I mean, kinda. Kinda. Yep. Okay. That's gonna be useful. Glass cannon. You you don't have any other possible build. Of course. Crit. That's gonna be useful. Oh, so that's luck. Interesting. Actually, would be a cool mechanic if there is some sort of a critical save. Like you have a chance, an innate chance, depending on your luck, that any deadly damage can just leave you with 1 HP. No, it seems like a pet. Or perhaps a player, even. Definitely a reference to Alice in the Wonderland. Possible. Off to Wonderland you go. Or not. Rabituza. Okay, is this the game's main storyline coming in? Okay, so some sort of a side quest line. Lucky. Actually, maybe. Luck seems to be a very interesting stat in this game. Oh, well, shit. Okay. Okay. I would expect nothing less. Linden tea with honey and lemon. Linden is great for colds, I'll have you know. So it should help a flu as well. No, it's just bunnies. Talking bunnies. Okay, so trying to solo the Night Slayer is what triggers it, probably. Okay, so it is Vorpal Bunnies, but a Vorpal Bunny civilization. As an enemy, okay. Recognition. Affects conversations with NPCs, yep. Probably a unique quest line where he can get gear suited to his playstyle. Desuwa. Rabituza. Is it like Yakuza, but rabbits? So Rabituza. Or is it just a random name of a place? Seems to be the case. You better be streaming it or recording playthrough. Is that going to be the big bunny that we've seen in the opening? It is. The Yakuza rabbit. What's he smoking? Credits. Vaisash. Okay. Roll the ED. Exactly. Okay, so we have finally a not only an overarching story of killing all of the colossi, but also our first proper arc of going through whatever Rabituza throws at Sanraku. The ending is also very nice. And the overarching story, of course, of Rei looking for Sanaraku. I wonder if Sanaraku is actually gonna get rid of the curse. Something tells me it's not actually gonna happen. And of course the minis at the end. Saiger 0. Time Chaser 2 Bullets of Amber. That's not what Sanaraku plays. Well, Hizutome. Play some Animal Crossing. Oh, Shangri-La. Or that, sure. So we also have a sister. Another copy sold. Oh, only one mini this time around? Okay. That's fine. So, how about we watch it again now? Shall we? I love the opening. And yeah, here's the bunny. I suspect the first half of this season, maybe until episode 6 or 7, is gonna be spent in the bunny world, and then the rest is gonna be spent perhaps with a team. Those two look like potential team members. Really, just send this girl to some sort of an arena. She really wants to do some PvP, so just let her do some PvP. Honestly. I wonder if it's gonna be a running gag. Probably. But yeah, I wanted to note down that... first half is Bunny Land. Second half is Party Play. Probably something thereabouts. On one hand, I can see Sanaraku just continuing to be a lone wolf and just going around the game alone and playing alone. But I'm not sure how sustainable that is. You need to start introducing some more characters, I feel. I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken, but it really feels to me like he will eventually get some sort of a team. This is gonna come into play. 100%. This is a Chekhov's gun. What's it called? Coordinate teleporter. Coordinate teleporter. Ray gave to Mia, was it? I think so. Mia is a Czech. Sorry for that. Oh, well, that S just... it just went wild. Is a Chekhov's gun. Clan focusing on hunting the Licon. Well, I can take a wild guess which clan will Sanraku belong to, if any, because that's not a given. Although, with how min-maxy and sweaty of a gamer he is, if clans actually give you some sort of a benefit, he's probably gonna join a clan, let's be honest here. Really rare monsters, really strong monsters, and just a single one of each. This is a very interesting mechanic. Instead of world bosses that reappear periodically, this is just one. Whoever defeats it, defeats it. I wonder what's the drop, though. Yeah, because wasn't that also something in Yggdrasil, in Overlord? The Staff of Eins Ulgon was created using some gems from also unique encounters, I believe, and there's only one single Staff of Eins Ulgon in the entire game. So I wonder if the drop from this monster is also something that is unique in the entire game, because that would create some interesting scenarios if there is just one single Blade of Lycaon, for example, in the entire game. Or does it give rewards to all of the players who were engaged in combat? Does it give rewards that can be used on like clan level, maybe a shrine blueprint that you can build in your clan area, clan base, and it gives you buffs once a day or something like that? Some really cool mechanics you can do with that, with unique monsters. Don't tell me what it is, just for the record. I'm just, theorizing a little bit. Thinking of what would be cool. As always, great animation. Yeah, I love how non-slide PNG this show is, if it makes any sense. Very often, combat is just a mess of sliding PNGs. This show also uses some sliding PNGs, but also utilizes a lot of moments like this, where even the breathing itself is animated. And the art really does a lot. Those harsh shadows. This is an amazing face. I love Sanraku. He's such a sweaty gamer. I love it. Perfect parry. That's gonna be useful. Not even crits do anything, but I wonder if the desired mechanic to defeat the Lycaon is crits, is like the Vorpal Bunny style. Because the village or country or world of Vorpal Bunnies is connected to this quest, so it would stand to reason that this sort of a playstyle is what can potentially counter the Lycaon. Actually, sure, let me note it down. Vorpal play style is the key to defeating the Lycaon. Like, it has attacks that cannot be blocked by tanks. Maybe it deals some damage that cannot be healed, so the only way to go around his attacks is to just dodge them. Maybe it's resistant to regular attacks, but not resistant to crits, so you need crit-heavy weapons and crit-heavy classes to deal any substantial damage to it. I think it might be something along those lines. It can also teleport. I wonder if there is actually some tie to the moonlight here. The scenes with the moon being obstructed by clouds and then revealed make me believe that the skills of this Lycaon are actually tied to how much moonlight is there. But I'm not sure if it's maybe just simply, you know, artistic thing to show, oh, the passage of time. Can you fix your weapons? Probably. You really should have bought some field repair kits if it's a thing in this game. And some health potions, for sure. And, of course, yeah, that's the way. The spine-tingling intensity. It's not possible to enjoy a game more than this. Yep. It's an impossible task, it's an impossible enemy, but that's what makes it fun. And also a debuff. And a sudden loss of legs. Just out of nowhere. I wonder what actual effect it has on the player in the game. If you're missing your legs, can you no longer walk? If you're missing an arm, can you no longer hold a weapon? It would be cool if the game actually had some sort of a dismemberment system. I'm not gonna suddenly learn an awesome new skill or get saved by a run-in from some mysterious high-level player. I actually fully expected this to happen. 100%. I expected the Ray to just jump in and at the last moment block the hit from the Lycaon, and the both of them just finishing it, no problem. Or, well, little problem at least. I actually fully expected that to happen. So it's cool that that Sanraku called me out. And of course, yeah, suddenly learning an awesome new skill. That's also a trope that very often appears in anime of this sort. I'm not gonna speak of games because I don't really play many JRPGs, and I would assume this is more or less based on a JRPG-ish kind of sorta mechanic set. I did get one break, somehow left with 1 HP. This is actually a very good point. Your strength is absurd, but that absurdity was intentionally coded within you. You're exactly as strong as your creators wanted you to be. And your creators wanted you to be beaten. You have a health bar, you are a named monster, I can fight you, which means I can beat you. It's a beatable absurdity. And I love how it introduces us to an overarching plot. I don't give a fuck about the final boss. I don't give a fuck about the story. I'm gonna be skipping through all of that. You made an enemy out of me, and I'm gonna fucking beat you. I love it. It's often in games when, I know, you play Dark Souls or The Witcher or whatever, and some big bad scary monster beats you, and you see that you're dealing just chip damage to it, and your healing is not enough, your health is not enough, and you make it your goal. I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna fucking wipe the floor with you. So you go out there, you over-level yourself, and you just go in there and kill that motherfucking monster. It's really gamey. It's really gamey, and I love it. You better not let anyone beat you before then. And it seems like the Lycaon also recognized Sanraku as his enemy, just like Sanraku recognized the Lycaon. I really thought those, what looks like scars, would be Sanraku's way of giving himself some armor without actually wearing armor. You know, sometimes you can find it in, I think it's like a mod for Skyrim that gives you invisible armor, essentially, so you can run around naked, but you actually have armor on. So I was wondering if this is maybe something of the sort, where he defeats some boss and the boss drops defensive tattoos, for example. You wear it on your character as if it was an armor, but it has 0 weight, it has 0 heaviness, it offers some protection, perhaps magic protection mostly, and it just doesn't look like armor. It seems I was kind of close, because it actually gives you resistance to magic effects, but it's a curse. Monsters of lower level than the afflicted character will flee, probably so that you can't just go and farm easily, right? You can't just go to a lower level area, farm the enemies for however long you need, and then go back to the Lycaon and beat it after farming for 5 years on slimes. The intention is that you need to be challenging enemies as strong as you or stronger. This is a well thought out curse. Equipment cannot be equipped to the body part, which ties into the Vorpal playstyle. The curse can be removed through the prayers of a saint or the defeat of the curse's caster. Can't equip stuff to my torso or legs. This actually tells me that the equipment system in this game is kind of shit. Because pauldrons and, you know, torso is one piece, arms is one piece, legs is one piece. Instead of being able to equip pauldrons and bracers or gauntlets separately, or even pauldrons, bracers, and gauntlets on your hands, some thigh guards and whatchamacallit, greaves, and maybe even shoes on your legs, but rather you have 3 slots: torso, hands, legs, and head. 4 slots, I guess. I was expecting better. Yeah, Lycaon's Mark, split blade belt, Lycaon's Mark. Oh, so it's even worse. Torso and arms are the same slot. Okay, sure. Split blade belt is his shorts, I assume, and the belt that holds them up. Yeah. And last slot is free. I assume he can wear boots, or maybe some sort of a pendant or an accessory or something. Nice weather today. This is trash game bullshit. He's not wrong. I can absolutely see a trash game doing that. If you fail to defeat a boss, it just makes you weaker, so you have even more of a trouble defeating that boss. But I have full trust in the developers of Shangri-La Frontier that it's actually well thought out and well balanced. Patience, cool-headedness, and unbreakable spirit. Any interesting covers that I would recognize? There's the game that the wannabe girlfriend wanted to play, or played and it was too hard for her. I think the cover in the top left is kind of like the default RPG Maker graphic. Don't quote me on that. Bottom right is just fucking Devil May Cry, though. And far right would be, I don't know, some steampunk game that I would probably really enjoy, but it's not real. 50 skill points. And what's the distribution? A little bit into HP, everything into stamina, everything into agility, everything into luck. Not really anything into vitality or HP. Which I guess kind of makes sense. If you cannot wear armor that gives you perhaps percentage-based damage reduction, you would have to raise your health incredibly high to make up for the loss of armor, which doesn't really make any sense, because then you're losing out on attack damage or mana or whatnot. So he actually made the one sane decision, going for a glass cannon build and having to cover with speed and stamina. Exactly. and luck. I wonder if it's luck at play. Would be nice if it was. Would be nice if luck was actually for more than just crit. Purple Bunny. I really thought that he's just gonna catch it and it's gonna become the mascot character of the show and his pet companion, but it seems there's more to it. Has a sweeping main story, but also a huge number of side quests. Mystery scenarios whose unlock times, locations, contents, and flags aren't publicly known. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. The rise of the internet kind of took away that wonder from gaming a little bit, right? Nowadays you can look everything up on a wiki. You can just Google everything, and would be nice if more games had stuff like that. Besides just Easter eggs of, oh, go into the cave and you can find Minecraft pickaxe there. Haha, isn't that a funny reference? But rather more stuff like this. Imagine if you were playing, I don't know, some game, some imaginary RPG, and the phase of the moon in game has to be appropriate. The hour needs to be appropriate, and then a door appears between two specific trees, and you go there and it starts a new quest line. How cool would that be? How cool would it be? Even better if it was something in an MMO where you might not want to actually divulge that information to the public, where you might actually benefit from knowing some location unlocked through a secret quest like that, because maybe it's a great place for mining, or maybe it gives you a daily quest that can give you something, right? And as long as it's only you who knows of those two trees and the phase of the moon, it's beneficial to you. Reminds me a lot of Arc-Age. As I said, Arc-Age was the MMO I played for the longest time, and I have so many fond memories with it. And I think I mentioned it in a previous episode, how my friend and I, we would go beyond the boundaries of the map to like uncharted places, using gliders and jumping and skills and whatnot to go into impossible places on mountains, like jumping off the roofs and whatnot, to plant some fucking trees. And it felt so nice to have that secret spot where you can safely plant a tree and nobody else knows of it. And we can plant trees there and get wood without having to pay real money for a plot of land. It was great. I miss that feeling in games. That feeling of knowing something that others don't. The equipment, skills, and spells you can acquire in these unique scenarios is unknown, but also top class. Unfortunately, level 80 was revealed too late, but I have little doubt that Sanraku will be able to deal with it. Rabbits everywhere, as far as the eye can see. Skills to continue striking perfect deadly blows without taking a single hit. Yep. Dodge, crit, dodge, crit. You have the Vorpal Soul. Doesn't matter that you just scratched it. What matters is your playstyle. This is actually another really nice idea. Depending on your playstyle, you get a different quest line, maybe. There is a boss, and if you defeat that boss by dodging all of its attacks and critting a lot, you get a questline from the bunnies. If you defeat that boss by tanking it and dealing chip damage but never actually dying, you get a quest from someone else. If you just kite it around with magic, you get the quest from someone else. One of the pioneers under the divinity's protection. we meet Emul, and we meet the boss of the Rabituza. That's an introduction, and that's a very interesting pipe. How does it work? You put chopsticks into one end and you put tobacco up top, and the burning chopsticks provide fire, but wouldn't tobacco just burn on its own? I know, man. You people lose your Vorpal soul so quickly, but there is some promise in you. You were recognized by the Lycagon. And we meet Visage as well, the boss of Rabituza. And he's probably gonna give Sanaraku a questline to go do stuff, and the reward is gonna be something that helps Sanaraku with his playstyle. Cool ED. I really like it. Music in this show is really top notch. I love the music during the show. I love the music in the opening. I love the music in the ending. There isn't a bad track in this entire show. And the mini. Time Chaser 2 Bullets of Amber. I don't know what's it based on. Time Chaser sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not sure. Rotosian Rewit. PC4, yes. If PC is so great, why is there no PC2? Well, there is PC4 in this world. And some random covers that don't really remind me of anything. There's even PC5. Damn. PC went a long way. And yeah, go and play Shangri-La. Sister, I wonder if she's also going to be a character that we meet. Probably. And yeah, have your sister teach you the ropes, and then you're gonna be able to teach Sanaraku. Essentially the plan that, what's his face? Reiji came up with to get Mia to call him by his name, for example. And she became addicted to Shangri-La. There we go. That's the episode. Okay. So, what can I say? Great episode as always. Again, I really enjoyed myself. It was really fun. I love Sanaraku as a character, and I'm glad that we are introducing some good and proper challenge to him. I'm glad that it's not going the Kirito way of there being essentially no challenge, of Sanaraku being able to just steamroll everything because some unique skill, or maybe he farmed for a long time, or maybe he's just that skilled or something. I'm actually glad that he lost to the Lycaon. I really, actually, genuinely am glad that he lost. Because it really means there's gonna be some actual tension in the show. Whatever battle comes Sanaraku's way, it will not be guaranteed that he wins. There's gonna be a chance that he actually loses if the story demands it. So that's cool. What else? I wonder when's he gonna meet Rei. We know that Rei is already on his track, but now Sanaraku disappeared into a separate dimension, so tracking him is gonna prove to be a challenge. Anything else about this episode that I didn't mention yet? I don't think so. I actually think I said everything in the discussion segment. I really want to play some MMOs right now. Maybe I'm gonna re-download, I know, Terra or something and play a little bit. What are some new MMOs that came out recently that are worth anybody's attention? I know I haven't paid attention to the MMO scene in a good while, so I'm not sure. Cool show, makes me happy, makes me feel things, makes me like the characters and all of that. And I'm hungry and lightheaded right now, so I'm just gonna end it. I'm just gonna end it right here. So you guys, you tell me in the comments down below what did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that. No spoilers from the source material. Spoilers can go to my Discord here and also in the description. There's a Shangri-La channel. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Shangri-La Frontier, but also Shield Hero Season 3, Magia Record, Helk, Zom 100 whenever that comes out, Shy, and plenty of others coming at you in the future. I also stream sometimes, so you might want to click the bell icon to be notified when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a roll onto Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me on YouTube itself via super thanks, memberships, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without the Net, The Group of Survivors, Zay Rainer, Shoshi Akamancer, Fassel, David, Dr. Walt, Marshik, Elaine, Hans Peter, and you can join them without having to defeat the Lycaon.